Hey everybody, Rick Powell here from the Powell Fine Homes Group and Real Broker LLC. Time for our market update for Eagle. This update is not just the MLS numbers from last month. What we're going to do is take a look at two factors. We're going to look at the last 5 to 7 days rolling number, and we're also going to look at the last 90 days rolling number. So it's a slightly different way of looking at it, but we have a subscription service we pay for that looks at not just the MLS data, but everything going through the assessor's office. That could be a for sale by owner sale. It could be a interfamily transfer, divorce, all kinds of things, but it captures the value as it changes hands, which is important for all the data we have. Let's jump into that. We are going to be looking again at Eagle today, and here are our real-time market numbers. We're looking at single-family homes in Eagle. First off is the Market Action Index, and they've looked at all the data, and for whatever reason, 30 for this report is considered a balanced market. Under 30 is a buyer's market, over 30 is a seller's market. I don't know why they didn't choose 50, but here's where they're at. And it looks like the dark gray line is last month, and the blue line is what's going on as of today. So it doesn't look like it moved much right now. The market action index is at 37, so it's a slight seller's advantage. Looking at the median list price is $972,277. The median price of new listings is $779, $780 if you will. So we're selling more $1 million homes that are driving that number up. Price per square foot, $340. We don't pay a lot of attention to that. You've heard us talk about that in the other videos. If you have a question on that, you can call or email us and we'll dive into that. Average days on market is 107, but you're going to find on the 7-day average that's shrunk considerably. The median days on market right now is 56. That's the exact middle of all the homes on the market. It took 56 days to sell, but again, remember that is a lagging number. Price decrease on 38% of the homes, which is a little bit higher than we've seen in some of the other cities, but still in line. Price increase is 4%. That's coming up a little bit. 13% of the homes are relisted, which is in line. We have 136 single-family homes for sale in Eagle. And the average, or the median rent, if you will, is $2,459. So we don't talk about rent much, but it's in this particular report, so we'll cover it there. Again, a refresher on the market segments. They basically look at all the homes for sale at this time, and they break it up into 4 parts. The lowest 25% have a median price of $590K. The second lowest has a median price of about $795. The third highest quartile is about $1.17. And the highest 25% have a median price right around $2 million, which is nice. But you look at the square footage, it's 4,300 square feet, 4 beds and baths, and it's between a half acre and 1 acre. So you're talking about a much larger property there. So here, median list price is plateaued, and it's been relatively close to $1 million going back for over a year now. So it came down a little bit in November when we had the price increases for the interest. That certainly made everybody's money more expensive, so that slowed sales down across the board, not just in the Treasure Valley, but all over the country. But then we had a few homes in January pop up, and if you recall some of our earlier videos, February's median price in Eagle jumped 20% when everybody else was almost down 20%. And the reason being is there was a $3.2 million home and a couple of homes sold in the high $1 million range. I think there was even one $2 million home. And that drove the median price way up. But then it came right back down because, there's not as many high-end homes being listed right now. The segments, as you would expect, the highest end certainly had a big bump in 21, but it's coming up off the bottom and we're seeing more homes. Part of this was driven by the expensive homes in January and February, but the trend line is continuing, whereas the other 3 segments have been plateaued and they're staying put where they've been. Price per square foot, again, we don't pay a lot of attention to it. It is what it is. Inventory, you see the normal spike that everybody had in November. First, interest rates started coming up in May. Then they really got accelerated June and July. All the people who were thinking, I'll get another year out, get some more money before I put my house in the market, realized, no, I don't have any more time. So you had this flood of inventory come on. But then when they didn't sell, a lot of those people just held off. They pulled their houses off the market and they decided they're either going to stay in them or rent them out or do whatever. But you saw the inventory, really come down. Not as quickly in Eagle as some of the other towns in the Treasure Valley saw, but it has come down. It's stabilized on the 7-day. You see it's hit a plateau and coming out. And you'll see that 90-day line start lining up and plateauing as well. As far as the market action index, we've talked about that. The dotted line is a 7-day average, so there's far more volatility in that than there is in the 90-day rolling average. But you'll see that, it's since we got past the 7-point mortgage rates, it's slowly climbing up. That's the data we want to see. Same thing with the market action segments. The most expensive homes have the least amount of buyers for them simply because money's more expensive, but everything else is pretty much grouped together. And you're going to see that right here was the price spike we had in February, and then you're going to see that all three of those pop up, particularly the red one, in the weeks to come, because we've got interest rates down below 6.5% again. As long as it stays there, you'll see the demand coming up. Median days on market. So you see these every summer it drops, every winter it comes up. COVID hit and it broke the cycle just because there was so little inventory on the market. Then the interest rates hit and it shot up because nobody was buying houses. But now that the interest rates come back down, buyers are here and got their heads wrapped around 6.5 point or sub 6.5 point mortgages, you're seeing the days on market drop because A, we're getting into spring selling season, and B, the loans have come down to a point where people can stomach them. All right. We're also seeing the median days on market for the least expensive houses dropping the fastest, and then followed by the more expensive homes. So there we have it for Eagle. We're seeing not all the good news we would like to see yet, but it is definitely moving in the right direction. We're happy about that. And as we go further into spring season and interest rates, if they continue to trend down, we're certainly going to see more homes selling and in shorter periods of time, which is all good. Don't have a flood of inventory yet. However, time will tell. Now that the interest rates have come down for a week, 10 days, if they stay there, we're going to see more inventory coming up because more sellers will be getting back into the game. Right now, though, you have most sellers with a sub 4% mortgage. What is it going to take for them to sell? We're all going to find out together. Any questions, leave a comment down below in the comments or send us an email at sold@PowellFineHomesGroup or give me a call at 208-872-8108. I will be happy to answer it. If you want to see some other types of videos, let us know. We'll get those up as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.